Welcome to the September 3rd edition of Vikings Update. Big football matchup to start off this week's show as the Vikings hosted rival University of Jamestown last Thursday night in the season opener. It was an aerial attack from the start for VCSU as they blasted the Jimmies 31-7. Quarterback Curtis Walls passed for 365 yards and 4 touchdowns, including 2 touchdowns each to Zach Johnson and true freshman Antoine Griffin. Griffin, who finishes off a TD here in the third quarter, made a splash in his Viking debut with 10 catches, 158 yards, and those 2 scores. Vikings led 21-0 at halftime, 28-0 after 3 quarters, and were up 31-0 before Jamestown scored in the fourth quarter. Viking defense stifled the Jimmies all night, allowing just 212 yards of total offense while also picking off 2 passes. Wall's big day earned him the North Star Athletic Association Offensive Player of the Week honors, so congratulations to Curtis on that. Up next for the Vikings, a big test against the number 3 team in the country, Morningside College. They visit Valley City this Saturday night, 7 p.m. kickoff at Shelley Ellig. Vikings are 0-3 against Morningside the last 3 seasons. Viking Volleyball also had its home opener when they hosted Concordia College on Tuesday night. Viking head coach Adam Longmore very pleased with his team's play in this match, despite a 3-1 loss to the Cobbers. Concordia took Game 1 25-22, but Vikings fought back to win Game 2 25-20. Cobbers then edged out the Vikings 25-21 and 25-19 to close out the match. Vikings led by Allie Thoreau, who tallied a match-high 16 kills against Concordia. Stephanie Miller added 29 assists. Vikings are now 2-7. Prior to the home opener, VCSU was on the road at the Corn Palace Classic last weekend, went 2-2 at the tournament. Pair of losses on Friday, 3-0 to host Dakota Wesleyan and 3-1 to Johnson and Wales. But a big day on Saturday gave the Vikings their first wins of the year, a thrilling 5-game victory over Dakota State, and then they went on to sweep Dickinson State. Very good sign for the rest of the season. Both Dakota State and Dickinson are conference opponents. Big pair of matches by Stephanie Miller in the 2 wins earned her the NSAA Setter of the Week award. She had 61 assists in the 2 victories. Viking Volleyball back on the road this weekend at the Viterbo University Tournament. Will play 4 matches on Friday and Saturday. The Viking golf team started its season last week in Jamestown. Solid showing for the men, who had 3 players shoot in the 70s. Ben Sorensen and Daniel Sam both carded 77s, and Shane Ost posted a 79. As a team, VCSU men shot 320 to finish in 5th. On the women's side, a pair of solid starts for some of the new Viking faces. Nicole Mosselman and Nicole Heinitz were the top 2 finishers for the Viking women. Both the Viking men and women are in action again September 3rd at the Lake Region Invite near Devil's Lake. Viking cross country was solid in its season debut Friday in Valley City at the VCSU Invitational that was held out at the Valley City Town and Country Club. The Viking men took 3rd through 6th place at the meet, led by Richard Longdew, Malik Jackson, Marcel Herrera, and Josh Avila. Viking women led by Monica Madavi and Jenna Coughlin, who took 12th and 13th. The women ran a 4K and the men ran a 5K in the first race of the season. Up next for VCSU, the Randy Smith Invitational on September 12th in Moorhead. Well, last week, Valley City State debuted the Nonak Mutual Fan Zone prior to Thursday's home football game. The event is part of pregame tailgating before home football games and includes games and prizes for kids of all ages. If you missed it last week, be sure to stop out this week for tailgating and the Nonak Mutual Fan Zone, both beginning at about 4 p.m. prior to Saturday's home football game. That does it for this week's edition of Vikings Update. As always, check out our website, VCSUVikings.com, for the latest in Viking athletics.